guys, what's going on? Crosby here with Crosby Lipscomb Fitness. Okay, so this is going to be the first video for the new series I'm going to start called Cut and Dry. So basically Cut and Dry, what it's going to be is a series of short 2 to 3 minute videos that are very to the point and purely informational. I want them to kind of be used for people who maybe don't know quite what they're doing, and sometimes it's really hard to get information just right to the point, just telling you what you should and should be doing. So I want to compile all these videos and basically kind of follow what I do leading up to summer to lose weight and get in shape. So maybe if you're struggling, you have a little bit of fat that you can't lose, like that last 5-10 pounds, or maybe you feel skinny fat, whatever it may be. I'm going to show you how I approach losing weight and my diet, what I personally do to get the results that I've gotten so far. So the first thing that we have to do before anything, which is probably the most important thing, is talk about how to break up your diet. And there's so many different ways you can look at doing this, but the easiest way that I found to do it, and what I think y'all should do, is to just simply take your body weight and multiply it by 15. And 15 is used as kind of an activity level marker, so that's a good general number if you don't know where to start. If you're really sedentary and let's say you have no physical activity going on whatsoever, you can maybe multiply it by 14, one lower, because you're not going to be needing to eat as many calories. And then also vice versa. Say if you work construction or you're really on your feet 24/7 and you're burning a lot of calories just doing your everyday job, you might want to multiply it by 16, because you're going to want to eat a little bit more calories than your average person. But just to start out, if you don't know where to go, start with 15. It's the easiest way to go. So me personally, I weigh 168 pounds right now, and my number times 15 is roughly 2,500 calories. Now, the number that gives you isn't your dieting number, that's your maintenance calories. So think of that as the calories you're going to eat if you don't want to lose or gain weight, basically continuing your normal daily routine. So for me right now, if I wanted to stay 168 doing the same thing I'm doing, I would eat 2,500 calories a day. But we're trying to lose weight and get a little bit more lean for summer and everything, so we're going to take that number and we're going to take 300 calories off that. You don't really want to go more than 300 calories to start, because if you take too much off at one time, your body will not respond as well, and you're going to end up dropping muscle as well as fat, which you don't want to do, and that's just going to give you that skinny fat look. So you want to do it slowly. You'll get better results over time. 300 calories is not like a low number by any means. You'll start seeing results within a couple of weeks, but you don't want to go any more than 300 calories. So your body weight times 15 minus 300, that's how many calories you should be eating per day. Now, going from here, there's kind of 2 ways you can look at it, but I'll start with the simple way, because I figure most people will probably want to hear that. If you think about, say if you're a woman and you want to eat 1,500 calories a day, the best way to look at it is to say, okay, how many meals do I normally eat throughout the day? If you eat 3 meals, okay, take that 1,500, divide it by 3, you're going to have every meal will be roughly 500 calories, right? So the only thing you really need to worry about is how much protein you're getting. That's the one macronutrient you have to make sure you stay on top of. For female or male, you want to have at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which means, so if I'm 168 pounds, I want to have at least 168 grams of protein per day in my diet. And that's roughly, you don't have to have exactly 168, like it's really not going to make that big of a difference. But going back to the 1,500 calorie example, say you're a girl and you weigh 120 pounds, so you think you need to have 120 grams of protein in your diet. So all you would do is every meal, between those 3 meals, you're going to have 40 grams of protein per meal. So that's going to give you to that 120 protein mark by the end of the day, and then your carbs and fats kind of take up the other bit of those calories. You don't really have to have any kind of specific ratio between your carbs and fats if you don't want to. All that really matters is how many calories you take in during the day versus how many you're burning. So if you want to lose weight, obviously you want to be taking in less calories than you're burning a day. So then the second part to the dieting that I was talking about, counting your actual macronutrients, the other part to that would also be counting your carbs and your fats. You can do this, it's not completely necessary, and I'll be honest with you, I really don't do this all the time unless I'm really trying to get to a low body fat percentage where the details matter. But for general weight loss, you really don't need to do this, but I will tell you how to do it just in case you do want to know that. So 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. Sorry, 1 gram of protein, 4 calories. 1 gram of carbohydrate is 4 calories, and 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. The best way and easiest way to go about it is, like I said, at least 1 gram per pound of at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And then 25% of your diet should be roughly fats, and then the other portion will be carbs. So if you think about your diet being 25% fat, you should take your total number, so 1500, and multiply that by 0.25, so 25%, and you're gonna get a number, you know, whatever, 600, whatever it is, I'm not sure. And then you'll divide that by 9, because there are 9 calories per gram of fat. And that number is gonna be how many grams of fat you have. And then to simply find the carbohydrate, say you have 40 grams of fat, you'll add that to your 120 grams of protein. And like I said, so 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So you'll take, you know, 120 times 4, that's going to give you your calories from protein. Then you're going to take, say, 40 times 9, because there's 9 calories per gram of fat, and you're going to take those two numbers and add them together, and that's going to give you basically 2/3 of your diet. And the other third, basically take the 1500 minus whatever those protein and fats equals up to, and then you're going to need another number and divide that by 4, which will be your carbs. I know it sounds confusing, I'll explain it on the screen, it'll make more sense, but that's basically the 2 ways to break up your diet. Like I said, it is easier to start out with the first way, and just to make sure you're really just to focus on how many calories you're taking in total in comparison to how many you're burning. It saves you a lot of headache worrying with, you know, weighing your food. It's not necessary. One other thing I want to touch on is the food you eat. It doesn't necessarily matter how, I mean, to an extent, how healthy the food you intake are. Obviously, if you eat healthier food, you're going to have more energy. You're just going to get the health benefits with eating foods that are packed with lots of micronutrients, versus if you're going to eat Twinkies. You could technically diet and eat crappy foods and still have be in a deficit of calories, but you're going to feel more sluggish. You're not going to have as much energy. So I would recommend having a good, you know, if maybe you're new to dieting, having a good mix where you have, you know, the majority of the week you are eating healthy foods, and then the other days maybe you can fit a Snickers bar or something into your day if you wanted to, or some kind of cheat meal, just to kind of, you know, keep you sane and be able to stay on that diet. So this is the easiest way I found to break it down. You can really start incorporating it as soon as you want to. It's as easy as just, you know, taking your body weight, multiply it by 15, and take 300 calories off that, and then breaking up your calories over the amount of meals you want to eat that day. That's really all it is, guys. If you like where those videos are going, go ahead and comment. Tell me what you guys think. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and like these videos if you want more. Alrighty, I'll see you in the next one.